Hi, this is John and Jerry. This is part 5 of a series of how to use the tract to have a one-on-one witness with somebody using the Ten Commandments to expose a certain person's sin and guilt and show the need for Jesus. But again, the whole purpose of the Ten Commandments is to show a person's sin and show them the need for Jesus. But a person will not listen to you about Jesus unless they see the need for Jesus. And seeing that they're a sinner shows them that they need Jesus. So I already established this person is a sinner, specifically a liar, a thief, a fornicator, and a blasphemer. So you want to ask them, does this concern you? Hopefully they say yes. Next question is, do you want a solution? You tell them the solution is to make Jesus Christ the Lord of your life. He's the only way to salvation and the only way to solve your sin problem. So at this point, most people want to lead a person in salvation prayer. But the problem is that salvation is a commitment to Jesus, even a bigger commitment than marriage. So, and unless a person understands the commitment that they're making, it's not going to really mean a whole lot to them and not going to know how to even fulfill it. So, like you wouldn't want to get married to a person who doesn't fully understand the commitment that they're making. Because if you don't understand the commitment, you don't fully understand the commitment. The commitment does not mean that much. So I asked him, do you have a boss? Do you have a job? Do you have a boss? They say most people will say yes. So when I tell them that, when you were hired for the job from the boss, you had an applied promise that you will do what the boss tells you to do. And so it's based upon a level of trust that that person wouldn't be in that position unless they knew what they were doing and they were successful at it. So the level of trust that you're going to do what this boss says because he knows what he's doing. And so you're making commitment. Now there's going to be a learning curve to this job of how to fulfill the commitment of doing what the boss says. But sometimes you're going to mess up. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes you're not going to do what the boss says. And many times when you don't do what the boss says and you mess up, kind of realize, hey, the boss knew what he was doing. So the next time he says something, you're going to do it because the trust is building. The same thing with Jesus. Jesus is going to be your boss. He's going to tell you where to go, what to do, what to say, how to think, how to live. You're basically saying to Jesus, you will run my life. I will no longer run my life. You will run it for me because I trust you. That's a commitment that you're making for Jesus Christ to be your Lord. One of the most clearest verses on what Lord means in the Bible is Luke 6:46. Why do you call me Lord, Lord? Do not do what I tell you. Because obedience is the most visible evidence of trust. Not the only evidence, but the most visible evidence of trust is obedience. When you obey someone and you disagree with what they're telling you to do, don't even understand what they're telling you to do, but you do it anyway, that is the ultimate expression of trust. And that is the commitment that you're making to Jesus, that you're going to trust him, that you no longer trust yourself, but you're going to trust him. That's a pretty big commitment. Also, you no longer do what you want, you're going to do what Jesus wants. That's a pretty big commitment. So once they understand the commitment, you say, are you ready to make this commitment? And if they say no, that's okay. Then hopefully you plan and somebody else will water it. If they say yes, you want to lead them in Romans 10:9 and 10. I think it's better than any man-made prayer that you can have. So you have them say, repeat it to me, I confess Jesus Christ is Lord of my life. Have them repeat, I believe in my heart that God raised him from the dead. Once they do that, you declare that what the Bible said, that you are saved. But the most important thing is you want to say that this is not the end of your salvation. It's only the beginning. Your salvation doesn't end here. It actually starts here. You're going to need to study the Bible, join a church, and fellowship with like-minded believers because you cannot do this Christian thing alone. You need help. You need help from other people because, again, just like in your job, being a Christian is a learning curve. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to sin, you're going to mess up, and you need people to help you in the process to grow through all of that. Because again, many times when you make a mistake, when you disobey Jesus, and you mess up and bad things happen, you realize, hey, Jesus knows what he's doing. But you need help. Because one of the sad things is that it's been a study that over 80% of people who've been led through a salvation prayer and who don't join a church fall away. And you don't want to do that because your job is not to convert people. Your job is to make disciples. So you really, really want to be able to emphasize that this is only the beginning of your salvation. You need to join a church, study the Bible, because you want to study the Bible because trust comes from knowledge. The more you know about Jesus, the more you experience Jesus, the more you trust him. So again, you really want to emphasize at the beginning of your salvation. Now, my phone, especially at Mardi Gras, we're off of different parts of the country. My phone number is on the tract that you'll be giving them. So they can contact me and I can help them find a church, study the Bible, and start the process of helping them establish in a church. Thank you. Bye.